Yo! Yeah, it's a little early to start Fragment Friday, so I'm going to stream some game dev until we're actually starting Fragment Friday. So, back to game dev. So you may recall the very weird bugs that we ran into last time. There were a couple of them, and they were all horrifying. So I did a little bit of scoping out the code beforehand, because these kind of bugs are in order to resolve just the way it was not something that I really felt like I should have live streamed, or it would have been decent to live stream.
It's mostly a lot of laying on the floor thinking.
Yeah, it's mostly that the stream would have effectively gone quiet for a while because I needed a long while because I need to focus very hard on what's going on, understanding what's going on. I'll actively walk away from the computer and just either lay down on the floor or on the bed or whatever and just think for a while. So that's not something that I'm trying to talk here. That thing's the loudest thing.
It's done, okay? It's over.
The whole time you're messing around with it in the fridge.
It's really squeaky.
I'm just like, holy, what are you doing to it over there?
They come in packs of 2. I'm eating a popsicle. They come in packs of 2, and you have to rip them apart if you only want one of them.
Okay, so the issue at hand was that's what I needed to do, and I didn't feel like I should live stream me laying on the floor thinking for half an hour. But when all was said and done, I did get it straight in my head what was going on, and I came back and I looked over the code because I also figured I'd just be staring at code for a little while. I said I wanted to do all development for this on screen, like on stream, but I did actually fix this bug off screen. It was one very simple thing that resolved the entire issue. If it was something that I actually had to, like, code to do, that would have been one thing. But it kind of came to, I didn't want to leave it at, I hope this works, I don't know if it, but I don't know if it will, until whenever it is that I got around to streaming next. So I did fix it. The issue, the entire issue, between the one major bug, was... let's see here, it's trigger fall after delete. No, it wasn't trigger fall after delete. It was gem rising, move gem... Like, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna show you exactly what it is that I did. It had to have been here. No, because here I just create a move gem again. It wasn't that one. Maybe it was under move gem movement. Let me go back and check that. Right here. This line of code was the entire problem. So, the issue, as it turned out, was So the one major bug that I knew I needed to work on was I was getting very weird blocks every now and then. I was getting either the default blocks or like Rhina's block, garbage block for whatever reason, like just while normally playing. Like, just while normally playing. You're not even messing with garbage blocks, you're not messing with anything, and occasionally you just throw a block down and it would turn into either the default block, which isn't a block, or Rhina's garbage block. Neither of which made sense. Like, why am I getting Rhina's garbage block, of all things, just while normally playing? And as it turns out, the code was when you throw a gem down, when you throw the gem, I determine on throw where the gem is going to land, and it moves up until it gets to the point where it's landed. From there, it checks directly below it to see if there is a gem below it. Well, I think first it checks if it's overlapping a gem. And if it's overlapping a gem at all, then it just scooshes up until it's not overlapping a gem. Alternatively, if there is no gem below it, and you can do this by, say, if I pick up these blues right here, and I throw them to the right, and then while they're falling, I grab and then throw this red, the red will determine, hey, I need to land on top of this blue. But since I just threw these blues down, those blues will hit before the red, creating a match and deleting that blue under it. So this red will eventually get there, the blue will have been destroyed by this point, and the red will go, oh no, there's no block below me.
Go!
Hey, thank you very much, Gearvel, for the follow! So the red will go, hey, there's no block below me, I need to fall again. And the problem was when I threw it again. That was this right here. I effectively destroyed the move gem, the thing that was falling, and then I threw another one. Now, the problem here, and this one, like, killed me, because the chief thing that it wasn't doing was it wasn't transferring over movegem.rainColor, this variable here at the very end. Since it wasn't transferring over, in the actual throw garbage function, it was grabbing the default for that, which is 0. I don't know why. Probably just whatever a default function, like element is, function argument is, but is 0. Now, the reason we were getting weird garbage because it couldn't find anything was because I tack whatever this is onto the end of the animation in order to get whatever animation needs to play. Now, this movegem.rainColor should be an empty string. It should be nothing, so you don't add anything to the end of that animation. So the problem was that I have down here idle 2, say. It was, instead of putting a null string at the end of this, which would just give us idle 2, it was putting a 0 on the end of it. So it was trying to play idle 20, of which there is none. And since there is none, it played the default animation. As far as I can tell, everything else was correct with the gems. It was purely that it was playing the wrong animation. And the reason we would get Rhina's garbage block from time to time is if you look at if you look at the 5 gems in normal play, we have idle 4, which would become idle 40, which doesn't exist. Idle 3 becomes idle 30, 2 becomes 20, 1 becomes 10. And there is an idle 10, which just so happens to be Rhina's garbage block. So that's why that was happening. No matter what I did, I could not figure out why, inside this function, this was treating this last element as 0. When I changed what I was passing into it, I checked what I passed into it before I passed it in, and then immediately inside the function, I checked what it was. I couldn't figure it out. Until I eventually realized, when I put this function together, I had one too few parameters. I had forgotten parameter 3, which is moveGem.don'tExec. So I had just put timer where don'tExec is, and rain color where timer was. And for normal play, any bugs the timer and don'tExec being fudged up with, you would never find in just like regular gem play, since both of those deal with garbage blocks. Rain color is the only one that messed up normal play. So it was as simple as coming back and finding out, oh, well, let's just put in that extra parameter here for don'tExec. And it did it. It worked. It was great. Everyone was happy. People in the street started singing and dancing. It was amazing.
Okay.
But that was it. That was that horrendous problem. Technically, one other little problem kind of cropped up after I was done with that was kind of hidden behind this bug, but it took like 2 seconds to fix. It was like, there, it did it. Oh no, what's this? Oh, let me change that, and then I was done. There are still other problems. The other problems currently include, as far as I can tell, I think I've fixed all problems on the player side. Because that's a bug that the player could instigate, which of course I want fixed. I think at this point I've fixed all bugs that the player can instigate. There are a few AI bugs left. There are... As far as I can tell, there are 2 overarching bugs. And I think both of them come back to the same issue. So, we got the AI here kind of moving, doing its own thing. So we've got 2 problems, and both of them are kind of the same issue. The first one... And the reason I did a lot of thinking about what could cause these and why they're doing these, and as far as I can tell, it's an AI-only bug. I was originally very concerned, because I figured if it's an AI bug, the AI is only doing what the player can do. So if the AI can do it, the player can do it. But I think the way I coded it, the AI is in fact doing something the player cannot do. The first bug of which is... Hey, thank you, Beyond, for the cheer!
Oh,
I got that fixed, by the way.
it works now.
So, the issue here was... Or is, I suppose, that when it grabs, it immediately... When it grabs and has enough to make the match, it immediately throws back down. Like, it grabs and throws at the same time. This is sort of a problem. As soon as it gets around to going over there. There we go. So it's grabbing and throwing at the same time. So you can see the one it grabbed is going up, and the ones that it threw are going down. Now, of the ones that it just threw, there are 4, even though it only had 3 up here, because the one that I grabbed is counted amongst the 4 coming back down. That's intended design, so I'm not too concerned about that. The problem here is when it's weird because it's like both of these events are actually happening at the same time, even though it's technically for a computer to do 2 things at the same time. Because it's thrown 4 gems, which means it knows it had 4 gems, which means it picked up this gem. So you would think order of events says it grabbed this gem and then threw all 4 back down, internally, anyway. But what happens here is these 4 gems think there's a gem here. Or at the very least, when these 4 gems were thrown, they thought there was a gem here. Which means they're going to come down and land on this empty spot. At which point, I have to do that throw garbage function again in order to re-throw these 4 back down. What this does is it makes them not land at the same time. Even though they're still the same distance apart and you can, as far as you can tell, nothing happened, it makes them not land at the same time. Because when it did the re-throw, I'm pretty sure it did the re-throw at the same time for all 4 of them. Which means all 4 of them are now trying to land on this same bottom spot. So the bottom one lands, and then the one above that is going to come down onto this block and try to land, and then kind of get glitched up, or not glitched up, but clipped up on top of it. And then the remaining 2 will do the same thing. So the 3rd one goes up, it makes the match, and then this 4th one is still falling. And of course it's overlapping a block, so it goes way up top. Those 3 make the match, this final block falls. This is, of course, not intended design at all. All 4 should have come down and landed and done the same thing at the same time. And the entire problem is because when they were thrown, it thought there was a block there, even though it just threw the block that it thought was down here. So I figured maybe this happens if because it's entirely because we're doing 2 things at the same time. So I thought maybe the player could do this simply because, like, the player can press 2 buttons at the same time. However, if the player presses 2 buttons at the same time, it doesn't do that. So as far as I can tell, this is an AI-only bug, and this bug can be resolved by just putting in a delay between grabbing and throwing. And that's the end of the story. That's a design issue. Now, the next bug, which you'll likely see here in a second, because I actually got a really amazing little group of RNG here, is it's going to grab that blue, and this blue. And once it's grabbed all 3, it's going to try to throw them back down to make the match. As soon as it throws it back down, it sees that there is a brown directly underneath it that can be made a match with 1, 2, 3, 4 brown. So as soon as it throws the blue back down, it's going to try to pick up this brown. But the blues are still falling while it's trying to pick up the brown. And it doesn't see, or it right now it sees through the rising and falling gems, even though you can interact with those. So it's going to try to grab the blue gems that are falling right back up. Now, I've tried this to heck and back, and I cannot replicate this this glitch as a player. And I'm pretty sure it once again comes down to doing 2 things on the same frame in a very weird way. Because what's going to happen here is it's going to kill itself. Blah! Oh wow, it made it somehow. Blah!
What the
It's a gem duplication glitch that I'm pretty sure is entirely because it's trying to pick up and throw a gem, like, repeatedly on the same frame. And I don't believe it's something the player can replicate.
Huh.
I've tried, and I don't believe it can. Funnily enough, if I go back to the engine and I set gem speed up to 80 instead of 8, which 80 is what I would want it to be in normal gameplay, when it gets around to doing that glitch, it does it in a very different way. Yeah, this one should do it. Maybe? It's actually playing the game pretty well, all things considered. Oh. Okay, well... let's try that again. Can't do anything with that. There we go. So this is... so when I set the gem speed up, it does this instead. Which the player can do this. Which, it's effectively just... you threw gems, but before they do anything, that you hit grab again. So it's grabbing all the gems right back. And it's just throwing and grabbing very, very fast. Because it's trying to grab the gem underneath it, but it's getting the red ones instead. And then it gets the red ones, and it goes, hey, I've got these red ones, I should throw them to make a match. So it throws them, and then it goes, alright, I threw them, now I should pick up that blue. And it picks up the red instead. This bug can also be resolved by just having it ignore move. If it encounters a move gem, just ignore it. So I mentioned previously, so those are the two bugs that I'm dealing with the AI right now, which is this one and the gem duplication one. Those are the two major issues. And the resolution for the first one is to put in a delay between grabbing and throwing. And the resolution for the second one is, when grabbing, ignore move gems. Or I should say more specifically, when searching for something to grab, if you detect a move gem, don't grab it. And I don't consider these... Hey Jake Monroe, thanks for the sub!
Oh yeah, you got sub button.
I got a sub! That's my first sub!
Oh!
Yeah!
Sub.
I got a sub! So, sub buttons were rolled out for, Twitch Associates. So, we can now accept subs.
You gotta make a sub emote.
I do. I wanted to talk to everybody about that.
Oh!
Oh man, Evolution Trainer Daisy just subbed. Thank you very much. You can sub how... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I think there's a sub button, like, right below the stream. Somewhere. I don't think I see it on my own stream because I can't sub to myself. That'd be awkward. Thank you very much, Shirahoshi. Oh, it's above the stream? So yeah, I wanted to talk to everybody because, we do in fact get a... And thank you very much, Beyond, for the sub.
Influx of French bunny. So many badges.
Many badges. And I'm automatically subbed to myself, so do I give myself money?
That doesn't make any sense at all.
I'm gonna give myself money. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to talk about, though, is we do, in fact, get sub-emotes.
You get...
I think we get one for all subs, and then we get 2 more for higher-tiered subs.
Yeah, I don't remember what the tiers are, but there's like a $5 tier and like a $10 tier.
Yeah, so it's something like if you sub for more than $10 or something, you get one, and then I think if you sub for more than $25 or something, you get another one.
Something like that.
And then there's one sub emote just for all subs. So since I can put those together, 5, 10, 25. Okay. So I wanted to ask what kind of sub emote you guys wanted, because I could put together a little Miss Naka emote. I could put together a little bunny emote.
I feel like you need bunny. You need bunny.
Like, I feel like we need a bunny, but do I want that to be the general tier? Or do I want that to be the 10? Like, I want to know, what do you guys want where? I mean, I feel like a Naka and a bunny are kind of required. But then, like, what kind of Naka do we? Do we just want a Naka face? We can do other stuff than that. We could do your little teaching Naka.
Oh!
It's going, oh!
Teaching Naka! Hello, I have joined for this conversation.
Okay, I've heard at least 2 people suggest a muffin emote.
3.
3.
I feel like if we do a muffin emote, it's gotta be a different emote than that's on the Discord.
Hmm.
I don't know, but that leaves out Donut if we keep Donut. Like if he and Muffin get along, that leaves him out.
Hmm.
Cool if you got more than 3.
Yeah. I mean, I am just an associate,
Yeah.
though, so... Like, actual partners get, like, 5,000 friggin'...
It depends on how many subs they have.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's dying.
Oh, no.
Yellow it is.
Yeah.
My bamboo is dying.
Man, that bamboo's held on for a long time.
It's been around for a while, yeah.
Have you been watering it consistently?
I need to water it again.
Because I, like, never see you water it.
I water it all the time!
I didn't say you don't, I just said I never see you do it. That's why I asked.
I probably don't water it enough, but... Of course, Muffin's been eating it.
What about a yeah missiles or a yeah nothing emote?
You're gonna have to have emote voting.
I like the idea of a little, like, teacher Naka
Teacher Naka?
emote. Just that little thing that you drew.
Do you want it to be pixel art? 'Cause you can do not pixel art.
Yeah, I would probably do not pixel art.
Ah! Ah! I'm being attacked by a moth! Honestly, another thing that's probably killing that bamboo is how friggin' hard the water is here.
Yeah.
Like, the water is hard here, and there's nothing we can do about that. Even the filtered water still ends up kind of hard.
Hmm. Speaking of water, I'm parched.
Ah, Muffin! Ah, Muffin!
Okay, now sadly, I cannot just real quick throw together an emote for everybody.
Yeah, it has to, like, be approved.
Yeah, it's got to go through some approval process. I think they said something about if you're in good standing, you get, like, auto-approved emotes. Just because of the sheer influx of them. They can't, like, manually approve 5 billion emoticons. But I also think, like, I just kind of became associate not long ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know what... I mean, I'm not in bad standing, I'm sure, but I'm not sure if you default after immediately joining to, yeah, you can upload whatever you want. Oh, full partners in good standing. Okay, so associates still need...
The AI is freaking the hell out. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Pooping back and forth forever!
Yeah, it's throw, grab. Wait, this isn't what I wanted to grab. Throw, grab. Wait, this isn't what I wanted to grab.
Once a frame.
Every frame.
Every frame.
Cute little robot friend?
Multi?
Yeah, do you mean multi? I feel like so we only have 3 to choose from.
Yeah.
And of those 3, one of them is pretty exclusive. So, like, we only, like, really, I feel, have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So I would feel like those 1 or 2 should be something big.
Because, like, thinking about it, the third one, literally, the only people who get it are the ones who pay, like, $25 a month for an emote.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exclusive.
Admittedly, that's not that bad. We get a lot of people that donate, like, $5 a week.
True. But still, like...
Yeah.
In terms of...
Like, how many people are gonna do that?
Yeah, in terms of emotes... How are you gonna handle subs and Friday?
I want to... I don't know, I want to do maybe something like... Even if they don't donate, someone who's subbed automatically gets to suggest a game every week. That's gonna be hard to keep track of, though.
Yeah. They could just donate 1 bit.
Yeah, can you send like 1 bit? And if you're a subscriber, you can suggest a game once a week for 1 bit. Just so I have it in my thing to look at.
I think you can, like, watch an ad and get, like, 5 or so bits. Something like that. So, like... Yes, Muffin! Do y'all hear her? Are you squeaking? You're cute, Muffin.
Muffin, why do you like looking at the world upside down?
Because I'm cute? So cute.
Okay, so... Yeah, so maybe I'll put, like, a Miss Naka for the default.
Teacher Naka?
Teacher Naka for the default.
Do you need to draw that for me?
And then a bunny, maybe. And then a bunny for the first tier.
Dead bunny.
I don't know. Okay, what kind of bunny do you guys want?
Honey white? Dead honey white.
Do you want, like... But Honey White can't be killed. She auto-guards everything.
Oh.
But, like, for the bunny emote, what exactly do you want? Because we have a, I mean, I could put in, like, the smiling bunny. I could put in the little bunny with the crossed eyes that you made for the Discord. Like, I could do something like that.
Oh! What do you think, Muffin?
Yeah, so I could do a bunny like that. I don't know where the bunny is that you did for the Discord.
It's on Discord. Muffin, you're pushing the mic! Oh god, she's gonna push it off the desk.
Muff. Okay, can I...
Do you want me to send you the file? Oh lord. Zoom!
This doesn't work very well.
I can send you the file.
Can I...
Well,
Okay, it's hard to see, but like there's also this one. That's as far as I can zoom in. Because it's just, I mean, a server remote.
somebody asked how Donut's doing. He's doing okay. He's sleeping right now. I think he's finally starting to self-regulate how much he eats instead of just scarfing everything that's in front of him down.
Hmm.
Which is good.
Okay, we've got a couple votes for Dead Bunny.
I can make that higher res. Buff Bunny.
Buff Bunny. Yeah, so let's see here. We got these two. It's just an emote for the chat, so I don't imagine it would be much bigger than this. I'd have to look at what size they are.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean,
it can't be big, though.
I don't think they're big, but I think they tend to be higher resolution.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, that's pixel art, obviously,
Yeah.
but...
I'm trying to think who it was on Twitch that used 4 sub-emotes to make, like, the upper left, upper right, bottom left, and bottom right of a picture. So you could, like, type out 2 emotes and then carriage return the bottom 2, and just, like, post one big picture.
Oh, so there's different sizes? I guess that makes sense.
Well, I mean, no matter what I did... no matter what I did, I would... Like, this one is just blurred because it's zoomed in. It's
Yeah.
also pretty crisp pixels. They're both pixel art.
Yeah,
Um,
just Firefox scales
Yeah.
linearly instead of point filtering.
yeah. And no matter what I did, I would end up redrawing it for this anyway. Like, I wouldn't just go, let's use this! Like, I'd probably, like, grab her head or something and make it kind of like this. The Dead Bunny, only happy. And I'd probably end up redrawing it to fit the thing and to look nice anyway. Do you... What did you do that teacher Naka thing for?
It was a Patreon sprite. Something...
Oh, is that another Discord sprite then?
No, it's from Patreon.
Oh, right. One of the little, like, commission things you do.
Yeah,
Got it.
Somebody just said math, and that made me think of your math brands.
Hmm. Okay, so even understanding that I would, like, end up just cropping, like, the head off this one or whatever and then redrawing, no matter which one I did, redrawing for the sake of the thing. Even understanding that people are leaning towards Dead Bunny. Okay, I think people have stopped talking about it, so I don't think they care much anymore. Okay, so,
I'm gonna bring Donut over to say hello.
okay. So the overarching thing that I'm going to be doing here is...
Say hi, Donut! He does not. Donut does not.
Yeah, Donut, you don't shut up sometimes.
He's been asleep all day. Donut. No. I'm not sure if he's feeling the 100% right now. He's just slept so much.
Maybe he's finally burning off all that energy.
Maybe. You're a little purr bucket right now.
He's not the little bump that he once was.
Careful, he's gonna bite you.
No.
Ah!
No.
Donut. Put your tongue back in your mouth. Where are you going? So furry. No, Donut. No.
Okay, so, one thing I wanted to do was effectively reprogram the NPC, the AI, from scratch. And though that sounds kind of horrible...
Ugh. Oh!
Though that sounds kind of horrible, a lot of this code I can keep using. Yes, Kirby! Sub-buttons have been rolled out to affiliates. But these functions I can continue using. At least for the most part. I want to change some of them.
Screamy Bab.
But the idea is right now the functions are overextending their reach some. So I need to pull that back so they're not doing any more, so the functions aren't doing any more than they need to. And once they finish doing that, I need to handle the main logic loop right here. Like, this is where the main logic loop will need to be, and then just any nitty-gritty is going to need to go into functions. I don't need to handle things in functions that I should be handling here. So I guess to start, I'm going to change both of these functions to work more as they need to, I guess. Is the anime girl next to Naka in the corner part of the desktop or stream? She is part of the desktop. That's multi. She is my constant programming companion. And she can also do this. Okay, so instead of find match, this is going to be... I'm just gonna call this empty find match. This is gonna be have gem, find gem. So have gem, find gem is going to be fairly simple. We pass the player in, so the first thing we do is we get them... Okay, we do not need to do that. So repeat 12 times. So I don't need to set destination, but what else is this doing? I need to set return value to tempx. Yeah, so I can get rid of a lot of this silly code. So now we start. We set tempx. So I actually have this block in here for a reason, and since I'm not setting destination, this one is going to be a little trickier to deal with. But in the meantime, I can get rid of a lot of this code. So I may just need to add a second local variable. Now I don't want to set destination, but I suppose I can compare destination. Actually, no, maybe I don't need to change this at all. Maybe get rid of that. And this may be good. So we set the return value. And then that's good. And then if destination... If destination does not equal temp x, no, but I'm setting temp x every every round. So this doesn't actually help me at all. Okay, I'm just going to add another local variable. Okay, so we set destination only when we find something. If we found something, we set a temp destination. If temp destination is not the same as where the clown currently is, stop loop. Like, we did it, we found it. And then it'll, like, set temp x, and if it stops the loop, then it'll just break out, and we're good. Okay, instead of empty, I'm going to call this no gem. No gem find match. Now this one is a little bit more complicated, so let's see what I can do with this one. Okay, so the idea is going to be... like, grab all I want to get rid of, set destination I want to get rid of. That's just at the very end, though. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we do that, repeat 12 times. So we're starting where the clown is. And we set temp color to be that. Okay, so this is just us setting temp color so we know what to look for. So repeat 7 times. This is us going left to right. And if we find one, we add 1 to temp count. So this will run and find us... Okay, then at the end we set temp count. Temp count to 0, we also update temp x. So we mostly just run through, add 1 to temp count. So that just... we look at that gem, we determine how many of it there are. We react to that. And then we reset everything, change temp x, and look in the new location. And it'll go until we find a match. So, honestly, this whole function here is good, except for this. So how exactly do I want this to work? I feel like what I want it to do is... What the best method for speed learning programming? Oh, I don't know. Like, the biggest bit
A lot of YouTube.
Like, honestly, a lot about programming is getting your brain to think in a kind of a different way. And I suppose you could probably speed learn what does what, but that's not really gonna let you actually program. Like, learning to program is just spending time with those tools and solving problems with those tools until you gain a very good understanding of how to solve problems, which is chiefly what programming is problem solving. But if you've already got the problem solving down and you just need to learn a new thing, like learn the mechanics of it, I suppose you learn it like you speed learn anything, really. cram and hope.
Do a game jam.
At least that's how I do it.
Do an Arduino jam. I've been thinking about... I think it would be interesting to learn Arduino.
Hmm.
Of course, I don't need another hobby right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah, if you need to learn how to program, if you need to learn how to program, that's very difficult because it's mostly teaching yourself problem solving, which is just something you have to do it a lot in order to get a grasp on. But if you've already got that part down and you just need to learn the tool, then that's something that's much more doable. I don't know, though. Okay, I'm going to disable that. I'm going to function set return value to tempx. So if it's greater than 3, if we found a match, then we return the location that we need to go to. So the only thing that I want to take into account here is what happens if you don't find a match? In fact, what about this one? What if you don't find a match? Like, the only thing I can think is... like, you always set return value to tempx when you find something. So if it goes through the whole loop without finding anything, the return value is going to be... what is the return value when you don't... when you never set it? Hey, construct help!
Yes?
Or you, I guess. I mean, I was referring to actual construct help. But now that you identify as construct help.
You're just like, alright, let me open the construct manual, and I'm just like, I am here!
If you never set the return value in a function, what is the return value of that function?
Null, maybe?
Like, it'd be super cool if it was null. It'd be irritating if it was 0. It'd be super cool if it was null. Actually, can you even test that? Like,
yeah.
No, I mean, like, not like if it's null. I mean, can you compare, if it returns null, can you say if this equals null? Because I'm not confident you can. I can always set it to like -1.
Yeah. You can test if something is not a number.
That's true.
Which I know it's not a number.
Man.
Man!
Man!
Man! Oh, you put Multi in her duck.
Duck? I don't know what it is. It's like it's like a pile of cream or something. And she's
What's
got
on her head?
a little
Oh, it's an orange. I thought it was a duck and...
Go!
Ooh.
Hey, Louisa1984, thanks for following.
Yeah, I thought it was duck and, like, bath bubbles or something. But
Oh.
no, it's orange and cream. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at Donut. Just like the... Donut.
Toreria.
Oh man, Dresden, thanks for subscribing. Okay, so what's Twitch Prime?
They partnered with Amazon Prime, and if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch sub.
Oh.
So, like...
I wonder what that does for me, then.
I think it just adds like a normal subscription.
Because I see it does, and I'm not gonna, like, reveal it, because it doesn't reveal it on the pop-up, but, whenever somebody subs, it does tell me how much they subbed for. And, like, again, since it doesn't come up in the pop-up or show up anywhere, I don't want to, like, say that aloud. But, it also says, occasionally, this person's subbed with Twitch Prime. And that doesn't actually tell me.
Yeah.
It just says Twitch Prime.
It says it for everybody.
Oh, it says it in the general chat? It doesn't...
Yeah.
That's not just...
It's not just for you.
Okay. I was thinking it was, like, whispered to me or whatever.
Itinerant Soldier says it counts as a $5 sub.
Alright. Okay, so I can get rid of this, effectively, and I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of... Wait, what? If temp count is greater than or equal to 3... Okay, so I honestly don't care about any of this, so I can just drag this up here and get rid of all of this mess. And aside from the error case in which it can't find anything, these functions should be working as intended. So I guess one thing I want to check is, I want to go back up here. I can, honestly, I think, get rid of all of this. So I think I can get rid of these. Yeah, Twilight, I did what I could to set it up with donations. I think the only options are, like, credit and PayPal. I'm not sure if there was more that I could have set up. Where's my... Are there buttons for that? Where do I check that? Is it settings? Oh, I also get a subscriber-only chat, though I don't see myself ever really using it. I mean, maybe if I get an idea for it later on. Exclude subscribers from slow mode. Like, there's neat things that I can do, but we're generally not active enough that that's a big deal.
Yeah, we used to have some, like, really chaotic streams.
Yeah. Well,
I'm kind of glad they settled down.
yeah. A lot of that, I feel, is just getting used to the fact that I have been streaming. Like, if I almost never stream, then I make a YouTube video and say, hey, I'm doing this special stream thing, I'll get a lot of people to show up. I think last time I did that, I got like 400 odd people to show up. But like at this point, it's, yeah, it's Fragment Friday, we get the idea, shut up. And it's every week, so like, it's not even as big and exciting a thing to stream, but like that I'm streaming. I'm kind of sad, on one hand, I'm kind of sad that the numbers have gone down, but it's also to be expected. My bigger concern is that I'm worried that... Like, my bigger concern is the worry that just kind of the intensity of the fans of the channel has gone down. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple people that are still super excited about everything, but just kind of in general. And that does worry me, though it's... Come on, quit. Quit. It does worry me a bit, but at the same time, I feel like that's also just kind of where a lot of old Let's Plays channels are going. Like, it's hard to just be a traditional Let's Play channel. Like, I hit in the boom, and that was a big thing, but I feel like it's kind of petered off now. Okay, back to what I was doing. I was looking at... you know what, I'm not gonna mess with it now. That looks like it's gonna get complicated. Okay, so what I was going to do was... I think for the most part I'm just going to completely disable his entire AI. Just so I can test for if something is a number or whatever. If clown... Okay, if destination is equal to 0, set destination to self.x, and then set value text queue to I don't remember what this function's called. NPC, let's go, no gem, find match. And then I think I have to pass in a 2. Oh, do I know anything that's up with the Sean Stewart guy who keeps making the weird comments? I don't know what's up with it. He seems... I've talked to him before, and he used to be more... He used to be weirder, and I kind of asked him to tone it down, and he was like, oh yeah, sure.
Muffin!
And he did. He's actually toned it down since last time. Or since then. I feel like for the most part, he's just... He's doing him. He's trying to do something because he's got an I feel like at the end of the day, really, he's just got an awkward sense of humor, and he's trying to leave silly things for
Oh my God,
other
Muffin.
people that may also have an awkward sense of humor. If people get too bothered by it, then I can ask him to tone it down, but... Muffin, so help me, I am going to come over there and throw you across the room. I'm trying to talk. Yeah, that's right. So if people get really bothered by it, then I can talk to him about it. But otherwise, he's not, like, trying to cause trouble, I guess.
Oh my God, cat.
Okay, so I just call this function, and I pass a 2 into it. So let's run it and see what happens. This should give me... No gem find match. Oh, I gotta rename this. Have a gem find gem. Okay, so this should return the value that it needs to go to, or null, I guess. So what do we get? 0. Okay, it returns 0 if it can't find anything. Where did I get that sack of oranges thing from anyway? Was it Captain SNES? I feel like it was Captain SNES. Thank you very much, Minotaur, for the cheer! Well, it's not at the bottom now. Maybe it was, another webcomic, I'm sure. How loud are those sounds, by the way, everybody? Like, are they too loud? The cheer sound or whatever? All of them? Okay, so... You know what? If they return 0, I think that's fine. If it can't find anything... I haven't been paying attention, Captain SNES, in a long time. Like, he just updates so infrequently. Okay. Back to what I'm supposed to do now. Yeah, I was thinking for a little bit. Okay, so if this is 0, that's not actually that big a deal. Because a destination should never be 0. Because 0 is way the crap over here. And you should never have to go all the way over here. But before I get to that, one thing that I think I should do is... check these bottom 2 functions once again, and I want to put in an error check. So... that's just to find the gem. I also want to make sure the gem is within the bounds of the correct zone, like field back here. Like it's over top of the correct field back. And because if it's not, then I do not want to do this. If I don't do this, then I never set return value, I never set temp destination. This should never trigger. Good meat.
It's tomorrow's dinner.
So it should never trigger this because I never set this, so temp destination should still be equal to clown.x. Then it'll do that to still look in the next spot. So all I really have to do is look here and say gem and x is less than so if x is greater than or equal to fieldback.x and x is less than fieldback.x plus fieldback.width. So the gem has to be somewhere in there. That's cool, which means now it won't, like, find something on the opposite side, the opponent's side. I want to also do that for this one, which I think I just do right here, same as I did the other one. Could I put it in that list? That doesn't feel right. I mean, I guess if it failed this, it would still go down and update temp x and then go again. The same as if it found a stack with nothing in it. So I guess I can just put the conditionals in here. Yeah, so it would just find nothing to loop through, be done, and just go on around. Okay, so that should take that into account now, which is nice. So what do we have here? So I want it to, like, do whatever. I'm gonna get rid of this else, because I feel like I just want it to do this all the time. So what we're going to be looking at here is I can potentially get rid of both of these. I'll check, instead of destination, I'll check quantity is equal to 0. So if you are not holding anything, so if you are not holding anything, we need to do that to find a destination. Okay, so, no gem find match. Is that what I called it? No gem find match? And then right after this, I'm going to want to check, ever heard of Tohomon? I have! There's a lot of different versions of Tohomon, actually. There's the original, like, it's a fire red hack that got increasingly complicated. And then later on, we got Toho Puppet Dance Performance, which I actually really enjoyed. Okay, so Clown... If destination equals clown.x. So if quantity equals 0, we call no gem find match. If we're already there, grab all.
It's just been real lethargic all day.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad he's not bouncing off the walls, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, but if he's sick, then it's
Well, I
worse.
mean, yeah, if he's sick, that's worse. He's... Honestly, he's still getting... He's just not as excited as before, but he still gets pretty up there. Just remember him and Muff batting at each other.
I guess. I don't know, it just seems very sudden. Like, this is not a gradual change in personality.
Hmm. Well, we'll see if it continues. I'll talk to the vet.
He was up and playing a little while.
Okay, so we set destination. If the destination is where we need to be, we grab all, and then we need to call have gem, find gem. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lower your timer every frame. If it's ever less than or equal to 0, actually execute AI. So I think I need to put this at the end here as well. Okay, so, only do this when you actually reach the end of a timer, at which point if you don't have any gems, run no gem find match. And then if the destination is correct, If we're already at our destination, grab all. This will also ensure, if we do this, we'll set our destination, and we'll move towards the destination. And once we get to the destination, this will actually run this every time you move at all, which is maybe a little bit much. If you're at, this will ensure that like effectively every time you move right now, you search again to find another destination. And eventually you'll get there, at which point you should return the destination that you're currently at which point you grapple. Then if you have a gem, it'll just keep searching until it can't find any more gems. So the AI right now is notably less complicated than it was before, but it should still get the job done. Like, we're still missing some bits, so if I wanted to get those bits back in, what would I have to do? So I think what I'm going to want to do is... this will set destination to have gem find gem. If you can't find any more... if destination equals 0, it couldn't find any, so it returns 0. Then instead of grab all, we want to run... throw gem. Also going to want to put this in, just for error checking's sake. Now, right now, you can do all of this at once. So you could, and I don't necessarily want to do this, so I'm gonna add an else in here. Is you can grab and set a destination in the same frame. I think that's fair. But you should not be able to grab and throw in the same frame. Like if you grab 3 here, it'll then go down here, trying to set your destination, realize there aren't any more, and say no. You only move once per rotation. So all I really have to do is pay attention to multiple things that you can do in one rotation. Which without moving, that's just grabbing and throwing. So I don't want you to be able to grab and throw in the same run. So this still does not take move gem into account. But otherwise, I think this is a much, much cleaner version of what we had last time. Like, I think we've gotten back to where we were. What we have now is just much cleaner, and I have technically removed one of the bugs. In that I shouldn't now be able to duplicate blocks. Duplicate gems. So I still need to take the move gems into account. Otherwise it's gonna do that stupid trying to grab the gem thing. With the delay, that may not be as big an issue. Oh, well, Fragment Friday doesn't start until 8. We got like... Yeah, we got like 45 minutes.
Let me test this boss face
Okay, Okay, so another condition that I want to place on this is gem destroyed has to equal 0. I don't want to do this with gems that have already been destroyed. And then I also need to go up here, figure out where to put that conditional. There. Gem cannot also be being destroyed. So we just shouldn't even see that. It's still not taking move gem into account, but it's moving slower, so that shouldn't be a problem right now. I am still going to want to program it in, but it shouldn't be a thing. I think just to give the AI the ability to do something, I need to look at right here. Because what I want to do is a gem directly below this one is also temp color. Add another to temp count. So if that's temp count, we just need another one below that, at which point I can pick all gem. I'm going to want to... I have that. So I'm just going to want a, like, temp Y here. Okay, so pick all gem, x equals inner x, we set temp y to gem.y up here. I could probably do that right here, actually. And then let's compare y instead is equal to temp y. And then just do it again. I'm only gonna check 3 down, because if you find 3, then it doesn't matter, you're good. Okay. Yep. Okay, so if this is the correct thing... Oh, I also need to check gem color. Thank you, Seraphicat, for subscribing! And this just does the same thing again. So theoretically, this should also now work for gems that are hidden down. So it doesn't just look at like the surface gems. It should see if this is too tall, too vertically, this counts as 2 gems. With the delay put in place up top, this should more or less work? I need to account for move gems, but otherwise this may just function. Let's find out, I guess. Hmm. Well, let's try that in debug mode.
You know what, donut out.
Okay.
Actually, I probably shouldn't do that right before dinner. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Its X is 720. Where does it go next?
Where are you gonna go?
Hmm.
What are you a small kitty cat?
Hmm.
It just seems super subdued right now, right?
What's up, Donut?
I wonder if he doesn't like being out here because of nothing.
Hmm. I always take him back to the bedroom and see what he does.
Yeah. I like the bedroom being ours, finally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff back there, and you shouldn't go back there, so don't get any ideas. What did I say about not getting ideas?
Okay, so I set your X at some point to not a number, which is a problem.
Huh. You mind keeping a loose eye on him? He's over there.
Oh.
Which is why I said loose eye.
Yeah, I still can't tell where he is.
He's occupying himself.
Okay, so I set the X to something, which is destination. Maybe it does return not a number.
Huh. Yeah, if you're setting X to not a number.
Like, I can't think of anywhere else it would get not a number from.
I mean, the only other thing I can see happening is that you're setting X to such an astronomically stupid value that it, like, rolls over to not a number. Which has happened to me before during some weird physics bug in which my character just fell off the face of the earth, I don't know why. And I was checking his Y coordinate and it was not a number. I don't know what happened with that bug, and I don't remember what I did to solve it. I may have just, like, completely outright deleted everything.
Okay, so... what's the problem here?
I wonder if being in that cage is like depressing. You seem like a little kitten right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd just keep an eye on him. I wouldn't start worrying about...
Donut, those are shoes.
I wouldn't start worrying about any big theories about what's going on with him right now. I'd just keep an eye on him.
I mean, best case scenario is keeping him in that cage is upsetting him. Because the solution to that is easy as letting him out.
Well, I'm just not convinced it's a major problem yet. Or it even is a problem. Like, I don't know, maybe he's just finally friggin' not running up walls.
Still think we need to put Bell on just so we know where he is. You know?
Yeah.
Dinner is ready. It's pasta. I can keep it in the microwave until you're ready. Just pop it
Yeah. Okay, so let me try this real quick and we'll see what happens. We're not gonna have time to actually, like, resolve any issues here. Yep, that's not a number, alright. That does exactly what I thought it did. So I have 3 text cues.
Those weapons can still help.
Okay, I'm gonna run this one more time, just so I have some idea of what's going on here. And then we are going to eat. Okay, so 1 is 0, and then it runs 2 as not a number. Wait, did it run 1 as 0 the very first time? Yeah, 1 is 0, and 2 is not a number. So it's getting 0 out of this first one. I'm gonna worry about this later. I'll be back in a bit, folks. And we're back! Okay, so it's 7:35 and I should be starting the pre-stream for Fragment Friday. I want to figure out what the crap is going on here, though. I'm not going to keep this up for too long, because I do want to start Fragment Friday on time. But I want to know what's going on here. So we're setting the destination to 0.
Okay, I'm gonna let them.
So we're setting destination to 0. Zero. Even though it should have been able to make a match. So there's no reason for that to have been 0. And then because its destination is 0, so the second one, it sets the destination to be 720 or whatever. $768. Is it 768?
Okay.
Muffin, calm down. It's a kitten. No, it marks it as 720. Oh, that's why. Okay, so there's one problem. So the first problem is that it does actually move once towards 0 before it does anything. I don't know if that's going to solve any problems. Oh, whoops, I forgot to change off of that. Sorry about that. Muffin, calm down.
It's kind of going after Like, do not touch my thing.
Okay, Barry's keeping an eye on those two. They're causing problems. Okay, so that should fix one problem.
Jesus, both of you.
Do we have to separate you two for a bit? Because if Muffin's getting that testy, it worries me.
Ugh! I started.
Okay, that's cool. It just starts at not a number then. It's just gone from the start.
Yeah, this fan has weird sounds coming from it.
Okay, so we move it, so this is where this happens. And this is just straight up destination. So set destination. So whatever it is, the function is sending me back, not a number. Let's start by, like, am I spelling it right? So let's start by making sure I'm actually calling a function. I'm pretty sure I changed nothing, but... Yep.
Oh, don't I?
So this is just returning, not a number.
Don't I? What are you doing? Hey, hey. What are you? Don't I? Well, then don't go after him. Not. No. Use your own litter box. You have your own litter box. That's what you use, okay?
What? Is, like, my syntax not right on that? No, my syntax is right. So why doesn't it even call this? Oh, it's gotta not call this if it just never gets to this point, I guess.
Donut has explored you. Seems okay with it.
So we've got to, if we get to that point, the function has to be returning not a number if it's never set. That's the only thing I can think of. The concern then is, why is it never being set? So let's just start at the top and say function set return value to 0. And we'll just do that for both of these. So if it ever gets overridden, it'll be something else. Otherwise, it'll be 0. This should at least stop it from screwing up too bad. It's still not a number! What?
She was scratching on scratching cardboard. Good boy.
It's still not a number.
Is it sending you, like, the string value of 0?
I don't know, I'm returning an int. Or what should be an int.
Huh.
It's still not a number. I don't get it. This first function, like, there's just so much going wrong right now. Like, this first function is always returning 0. Always. And then I don't even do anything. I just go down here and I say if it's 0, which it is, because it checked up here, set destination to clown.x. And then when I do this, it gives me not a number. The only thing I've done, unless my x value is already not a number.
Do you mind, Martha? Okay.
So 0 is 768, which is correct. So at this point, I set destination to that. I print out destination and I get 768, which is correct. Set move timer, set X to a place. I'm dividing by 0.
Oh.
That could be a problem. How do I do this without dividing by 0?
Okay.
Yep, there's your problem. Okay, see, the problem is this bit of math right here, which it'll probably be a little bit hard for everybody to see, I'm sure. But the problem is this equation right here, which is, I'm gonna be honest, a fantastic equation. I love this equation to death. But,
Until it divides by 0.
the problem is that it does have the potential to divide by 0. So the issue here is, what I'm trying to get is the difference between your destination and where you your current location. So if your destination is usually going to be across the room.
Muffin!
Your destination is usually going to be across the room. So you compare that to your current location, and you'll get the difference, say, I don't know, 48. So what you'll get here is the difference, which is 48, divided by the absolute value of the difference. So this should give you a number, effectively always give you a number divided by itself. The difference is the top part of the division is always going to retain the symbol. So if you have negative 48, you're going to get negative 48 divided by 48. This gives you negative 1. So the problem is, all I'm doing, this whole bit of math right here, is just to get either a positive 1 or a negative 1.
In that case, could you just add 1? Actually, no, never mind.
So I'm always getting either a positive 1 or a negative 1. That's what this whole thing is for. Actually, I may be able to just add 1. If I just go here, I take this difference, because the only important thing is that these numbers are exactly the same. if I just go like +1, it's still just going to be 49 divided by 49, which is still just going to be plus or minus 1. So I think just adding 1 there may just solve our problems. Alright, well, let's see what happens, I guess.
I killed my boss fight!
Yay! Oh. Oh, it's coming back. Sort of. It's having a hard time.
Hup! Hup! Hup!
It's having a rough time of things. Okay, so clearly we still have some bugs to work out. So I should be able to grab the brown. Hey, come back here! You come back here this instant, young man!
Where? Oh dear, where did it go? Where has it gone?
Okay, so there are clearly still some problems.
Why can it move and throw in the same frame?
I didn't intend it to. Why aren't you grabbing gems anymore?
Hup.
You worked for a second,
Hup.
and then you get to this
Hup.
point.
Hup. Hup. Hup.
You worked for a second? Wish I knew where you were. It's just toggling back and forth. It's in 3, which is this. So, like, it knows it has brown, and it's in 3, and it's trying to go back and forth between... I don't know where it's trying to go back and forth between. Like, it should get to that one and throw. Well, no, technically it should get to that one and then pick up. Alright, well, let's take a look in debug mode. Okay, so your AI should not be able to do anything here. Where are you going? So if we have... So 1 is returning 0. But then 2 is changing. What's going on here? If 1 is returning 0, it should never change anything.
Why don't you do Friday and then have another one in your mind for like sessions later?
No, I'm not yet. I don't need to lay on the floor.
You do, however, need to set up for Friday.
That's true. So I think the issue here, or at least one issue, is this does not let you not move. Like, this will always be 1 or -1. So if your destination is on top of itself, the 0 case, then it will still move in one direction. And since I added the +1 at the end, it'll move in the positive direction. So it goes to the right. When it can't do anything, it goes to the right. So I'm going to have to add in another conditional on this one for if it's 0, do some... Like, if it's 0, don't move. That's only the beginning of our problems, though. But I feel like that will make more clear what some of the other issues are. In the meantime, I'm going to very quickly remove the +1 that I put on this, because it's causing problems. And I'm going to set up for Fragment Friday. So I'm going to save that. And then we'll actually set up for Fragment Friday. So let me check in on what games were all suggested. No, not a calculator. Open up Notepad. Okay, so, those are all for these. Okay, Super Mario RPG, or Patapon 2. Well, I'll take a look at this anyway. Wait, is this thing enough scroll farther than that? I mean, I guess this is just the beginning of time. For game suggestion, you are given a choice.
Oh, farming hole, obviously.
Got it. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Uri. Uri19. Saw that one just a second ago. Okay, so Patapon 2. Patapon 2. So Patapon 2 is just on the PSP. So that sounds something reasonable. So what is this? Oh, it's on Steam. Alright, seems simple enough. I'll just do that. Okay, so that sounds reasonable. So let's put together a straw poll. Okay, so that's decent. One of the votes was my decision. And Honestly, right now, the only thing that I really want to do is, like, in my own time, is Stormblood, and to get through the story for that. But I don't know if I should stream the story for Stormblood.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
I mean, at this point, since it's been released publicly, we're not in the...
You can,
Like,
but,
you...
like,
Yeah, I can, but...
I'd be alienating a lot of people that may have not gone through the story yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And on top of that, it would be... For other people, they'd be dropped in the middle of everything, so they'd have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'd largely be running around doing side quests, skipping all dialogue. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that maybe I wanted to play. Oh, that's right, we still got the Steam Summer Sale going on. I feel like I've seen enough of what's on Steam at this point that I very rarely find, like, the little hidden gems that I didn't know about. Like, earlier on I used to find them, but anymore it's... I look through everything and go, this is mostly everything I've either seen or doesn't look interesting. Hey, Hollow Knight's only $10.
Huh?
Hollow Knight's only $10.
Oh, is it on sale?
Yes.
Are we voting yet?
Not yet. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, I should set my Steam profile public.
Oh yeah, you have to like do that every Friday now, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, dang, I can never remember where I have to go for this. Edit profile, that's where I go. I have a new sticker pack, I don't care. Okay, I think I'm public again. I'd be fine leaving it public if I could find a way to hide how much time I spent in each game. And when I was playing each game. Which I think it does hide that as long as I'm set to offline. But if I could just hide how much time have you spent in this game. Because then people couldn't, like, snipe me and go like, oh, I see he spent some time playing this. Maybe that means he's gonna be doing a Let's Play of it soon. I don't know, man. Mind your own friggin' business. I like playing video games. Let's see, is there anything in my wish list? Oh, Dead Core is only $2.49 right now. What was Dead Core?
Huh?
You know, Dead Core looks pretty cool for being $2.49. Friggin'. What the crap? Oh, hey! Thanks, Spectre! Oh, Spectre just sent me Hollow Knight. Yes, add to my library, and then I can play it. I don't know, that's an alright game. Ooh, and soundtrack. You are about to add this item to your library. Thinking. 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 If I X out of this, is it just, like, in my library now? Is there anything else that's, like, on crazy sale right now? Nothing that jumps out at me. Okay, so, is video games here? Hollow Knight, yes. Put that up in that category so I remember to see it and find it, and you know what? For $2.49, I'm just gonna buy Dead Core. It's hard to argue with $2 or $2.50. Like, I spend more than that on lunch. Actually, not anymore, no. I eat lunch for free now because I eat whatever is free. Chroma Squad! Oh man, and Drazvin sent me Chroma Squad. Yeah, let's put you up there where I remember you. And let's go find Chroma Squad and set you up there where I can play. Okay, so, that's like 3 games that we just added to my list of games. Just imagine Miss Naka wandering a grocery store with an empty shopping cart looking for free samples. When I said I just eat whatever's free.
What?
When I said I just eat, like, anymore I just eat whatever's free for lunch. So, like, I don't pay for lunch. Somebody just said they just imagine Miss Naka wandering a grocery store with an empty cart shopping for free samples. No, I'll amend that with, we keep stuff in the break room at work, and usually we keep at least, like, peanut butter, jelly, and bread. So I just have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. I used to have a banana, but then I, like, wasn't hungry when I got home for lunch, and even though it was 20 cents a banana, that's still 20 cents more per day I was spending, when that was a lot of food, and then I, like, didn't want to eat lunch when I got home. Okay, well, if I'm gonna add something, we got a Hollow Knight on here. I can play Hollow Knight. You know what? I was debating adding, Dead Core. Because Dead Core looks really neat. I was debating adding that one, but I don't know, I just feel like nobody's gonna vote for it. Let's put Hollow Knight on. Okay, so, let's see here. Allow multiple poll answers. Go. Go, 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 vote, vote, vote! Go vote, go vote, go vote! Go!
Vote. That's what I'm gonna vote for, Farm and Bull.
Go! Vo!
What?
Go vote!
Goat!
Goat vo! Okay, so, the games on display right now are Super Mario RPG, as I'm sure everyone knows. Super Mario Bros. 3, which we streamed previously. Oh no, I left out friggin' W's game! Ah! No, W, like, donated and then forgot to
Oh.
put it in, and I said I'd try real hard to remember, and I forgot!
Oh no. It's
Ah.
early enough, you can start over.
Hmm?
If it's early enough, you can start over.
I can't, I would, I don't know how to nuke a thing. Okay, you know, no, no, I hit the wrong button. It goes away. We're doing this again. We're making a new one. We're making a new one, and we're putting in.
Stop voting.
Stop voting. Everybody, stop voting. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to make it go away, but I'm gonna give you a new one, and you have to vote in that one. So I gotta put them all back in. Hey W, what was the game? Was it FTL? I think it was FTL. I'm gonna check. Oh, I remember. He contacted me over Twitter about that.
Huh?
He asked me over Twitter if it was... if he could. Yep, FTL. It was indeed FTL. Okay, allow multiple answers, create poll. Or go again! Vote! Vote, vote, vote! New vote!
New vote.
Re-vote! You have to vote again.
One vote. Wait, is Stardew on this? Oh yes, I found it. I found it.
Okay, go vote! Vote, vote, vote! Vote again! So the games on display are Super Mario RPG. It's a video game. I'm sure most people know about it. Hollow Knight. It's a really cool-looking Metroidvania. Super Mario Bros. 3. Super Mario 3, I streamed it before. It's pretty alright. Shadow of the Colossus. Really great game. I would have to figure out how to get my PS2 up and streaming from again. Patapon 2, like the original Patapon, only with more Patapon. Starbound. Starbound, we've also streamed previously. There's some new content, so I'd probably be dipping into that one. FTL. I've never actually played FTL, but it mostly involves building and crewing spaceships and then trying to get from one side of the universe to the other. Stardew Valley, if we want to go back to the farming hole with Farmer Tofu. Shovel Knight, I would probably be playing Plague Knight's version. Tales of Berseria is a Tales of game. One Way Heroics Plus is actually a neat-looking roguelike RPG kind of thing. Looks pretty neat. But yeah, vote, vote, vote! Do the vote! Do the go vote. Do you have to revote? Yes! Re-vote! If you voted in the first one, vote again! All must vote!
All must vote.
All must vote! Even if you voted already! Okay, so for the records, my dad's a pretty cool guy. For the record, my dad's a pretty cool guy. He just sent me a link over Skype and said, a true religious experience. And it's this. Let me tell you how amazing this is. This is like a religious experience.
What? Oh. Are you going to get copyrighted?
I'm going to stop the stream.
Oh, that's true.
Worst case scenario, this one gets muted. Yep. I'll turn it down a little so they can hear me.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. You may find yourself in another part of the world. You may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. You may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. You may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. You may ask yourself, how do I work this? You may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? You may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. You may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful life. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money
Remember to vote! Vote, vote, vote! I'm mostly just letting this play because it's amazing, but vote! so many. You can tell this guy's just loving doing this. Like, it's one thing I love about Talking Heads, and David Byrne specifically, is you can tell this guy's just eating this up. He loves his job.
talk to the rest of the band and be like, look, it's gonna look like I'm having a stroke. Don't assist me, I'm fine.
Honest to goodness, they're all like just this group of guys that it's probably not even... It's probably not even to the point of them seeing it going, yep, that's David again. They're probably all seeing him and just going, yeah! Okay, as long as we're here,
Are you playing the song that defines your life?
yes. I couldn't remember the name of it. Alright, everybody. I've been told that this song is a very good representation of what's going on inside my head at any given time. It is 4 minutes and 49 seconds long. You have until the end of that to finish voting. Vote, vote, vote! Twilight keeps posting a link. If you have not yet voted, amongst other people, if you have not yet voted, vote! Otherwise, you have until the end of this song. How can the laboring man find time for self-culture?
turn me away. When I'm with you, why do I feel this way? You drive me wild, and we mix the dark passion. I can't believe we're a man. I'm tired of self-culture. I can't believe we're a man. I'm tired of self-culture. What shall we call our game? It needs a charming name. Industry and spirit. We'll go off if we get near it. These people need time off. I thought readers like to look, tearing pages from the book. And we mix the dark passion. I can't believe we're a man. I'm tired for self-culture. I can't believe we're a man. I'm tired for self-culture. I think it's important that you spend some time making it right. I think it's important that you spend some time making it right. Work, 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 work. Get the lead out! We don't got all day! Something's come up. I hope I'm not too late. You see, I'm feeling like a hero, but I'm not so great. I tried writing it down, walking it off, shouting it out. What am I talking about? And we mix the dark passion. I can't believe we're a man. I'm tired of subculture. I can't believe we're a man. I'm tired of subculture. I think it's important that you spend some time making it in your pride. I think it's important that you spend some time making it in your pride. Oh, God is of the night. Am I wrong or am I right? Is the rhythm of your heart tearing you apart? You can watch me as I slip, watch me as I slide. But the rhythm of my heart makes me want to hide. I can't believe we're a man. My time for self-culture. I can't believe we're a man. My time for self-culture. I think it's important that you spend some time making it in your pride. I think it's important that you spend some time making it in your pride. I can't believe we're a man. My time for self-culture. I can't believe we're a man. My time for self-culture. I can't believe we're a man. My time for self-culture.
We've now had... Oh, autoplaying the next one. That's okay, this is a cool song too. We've now had a very candid look into the inner workings of my brain.
Put that back. It's dirty. It's got like brain juices on it.
Okay, but with that, I am going to go ahead and say... Ooh. Thank you, Spectre. Spectre just sent me a copy of Wuppo. Let me go find it. Put that in the category where I can find it, and then we can take a look at the votes. video games, and Super Mario RPG seems to have won it. Handily at that. Hollow Knight was pretty close, but Super Mario RPG has won the day. So Mario RPGs it is. Okay, put that back over there. We can take down the pole. We can start setting things up. It's a Smurfica. Okay, let's pull you. So are we going, or would I do a randomizer for Super Mario RPG? Honest to goodness, I don't know the game well enough to handle a randomizer. Okay, there they are. Super Mario World, Super Mario RPG. Okay, gonna have to stop the music.
Hang on. Come here for half a second and let me. Can I ask you if this is correct? Well,
I say as though I've looked at it and know it intimately.
I mean, I'm trying to do this thing with that comparison operator
Say as though I've looked at it.
in the action.
Oh, the thing where I was cackling madly.
The thing where you had your mad scientist cackling. Yes.
Oh.
And I'm just trying to compare if boss thing is greater than 0, it should be result if true, result if false. So if this returns true, if boss health is greater than 0, set it to face zap. So if it's false, set it to idle.
So action is just a variable?
Yeah.
Is it a string variable?
Yes, it's right.
Okay. Could you, I mean, that looks correct. Could you check back on the other thing?
Yeah, I just want to know that it looks correct before I start doing this.
Yeah, like it looks.
See, here they use an OR operator.
Yeah.
So if health is less than 0 or score is less than 0, then game over. Else keep going. Effectively.
Yeah. It looks correct. Yeah, I don't know. It looks correct.
Alright.
Testing things.
Let's find test. Yup, that was it.
Testing things. I swear I just heard some noises.
Don't you still have YouTube playing?
No. I swear I just heard some noises. Oh, I've got my own stream up.
Oh.
That's gonna be some echo.
Wait, I thought you had the chat.
I've got the chat over here.
Oh, why'd you have your own stream up?
Because I needed to go back to that so I could get to the dashboard so I could, like, watch viewers or whatever.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
I just kind of made a pit stop there and I didn't actually go all the way.
I hear something. It sounds familiar.
Okay, so we got that up. Let's see, I can close out of that. Get that up so I can see what's going on there. We have video games. Okay, did my buttons work? Why do I have... LP SMRPG? What is this save?
Let's play it.
No, I didn't. Is this actually the save? Like, the only thing I can think of is this actually the save from years and years ago when we did the co-op Let's Play of it.
Parts of that taken down.
Yeah, Kuiper Nebula, you're not missing a lot. It was a co-op Let's Play, as in a... what would you call it, a daisy chain? No.
Well, I mean, cut marathon.
Marathon
Like, past
run?
the baton.
Yeah,
It wasn't-
baton.
It wasn't like a marathon as in you stayed up late or something. It was like you passed the baton from one another.
Yeah. So it was divided up into like 6 or 7 of us, and each one of us took a star. And we just did the Let's Play of that one star, and then we were done, we passed our save game to the next person who did a relay race. There.
Yeah,
A relay.
that's
A re-Let's Play.
that's the word, relay.
And so I got the final star. So the only thing up on my channel is the final star. Yeah, so the only thing up on my channel is the final star, and if you go looking for the other parts, like, half of them have been taken down, they're super dated, what's left. Like, okay, we're in Nimbus Land. What do we got? Mario, Geno, Bowser... Got the Lazy Shell. And the Lazy Shell is on Bowser. I feel like this is the save that Danny gave me.
Huh.
This is not my save, having finished it.
So it's the before save instead of the after save.
Yeah. I feel like this is the before save. Wow, that goes back. So this... So where are we even going from here? I know Danny wanted Nimbus Land. But if it's undergoing repairs... But if the bus is undergoing repairs, then we can't actually go to... Bowser's Castle yet. So I wouldn't think it's mine. So I'm guessing we would be going to the volcano. What the poop? So we did it, but we didn't... This is after Barrel Volcano. Did we hand it off? I still think this is it. We must have handed off immediately after getting the star. Like, you got the star, then you saved, and then you gave the save to the next person. Even though it would have made... I feel like it would have made sense to complete... Like, to at least come back here and talk to these people and open the way to Bowser's Keep. Mallow jumping out of his pants.
Man. I said earlier this evening, hey, I'll import all of the attacks that are the same in Sector 1 and Sector 2 from Sector 1 to Sector 2. And if I finish that, I'll play Stardew as a reward. And I haven't even gotten as far as checking if all of the attacks in Sector 2 work because I keep finding bugs from the transition from Phase 1. I keep finding bugs in the transition from Phase 1 to Phase 2, and I haven't even gotten to checking Phase 2 yet.
Yeah, so we can go to Barrel Volcano. Hmm? What's up? I was listening to you. You were talking about how you haven't even gotten that as far as checking the one thing yet. Okay, so if this is the save, then we've not fought Culex yet. Wait. We have fought Culex. But we haven't done this? So we haven't opened Culex?
Go, go, go!
Hey, thank you very much for the follow! So the door does just disappear afterwards? Yeah, I know. You know, it's not that guy. No, it's not you either. Not you either. Where's the thwomp? Oh, there you go. No, I could have sworn it was a Thwomp that you talked to about, Oh, it's this guy. So I know for the Let's Play, I also did the big crazy jump thing. As far as I can tell, this is it. I think this is it. Because I'm pretty sure everything that's left, I did. Like, I remember I went back and fought Culex. I took care of the Jinx thing.
I have found a fundamental flaw in my boss design.
Oh dear. Thank you much for the bets that beyond!
You can only hurt the boss when it's charging its big attack. In order to transition from phase 1 to phase 2, you have to hurt the boss because she waits you not to kill her and then turns passive.
Oh.
That is a fundamental flaw. Unless I just open her face up. Just like, please don't kill me. Here's my weak point. Please no. Please don't.
Oh no. Yeah, so 100 bits from Beyond who says, I want to vote for Potapon again. You gotta stream that game, yo.
I am gonna think about that. And play Stardew while I think about that.
Okay, so, as far as I can think, everybody, I think this is indeed the one for the thing. Oh, I gotta figure, I also, now that I can, accept bits as well as donations, and subs, I feel like just having so much emphasis on the most recent and highest tip in the upper right corner is a little more moot. But I'm not sure what else to put there. Like, I don't know if I would want to put in, like, this is the most recent subscriber. I could maybe put in, like, the most recent, bit. But, like, bits show up in the chat, sort of.
Highest bit shows up on top.
Yeah.
Recent bit will go off the screen eventually. So, like, most recent could work.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it could. Or just a bit roll. Bit cup. You should do a bit cup.
Bit up. Yeah, I'm also not sure about just having most recent, like, even highest tip up there, because it doesn't mean as much since we can also accept bits. Like, if you're shooting for what do I have to outbid to get highest bid,
Yeah. Highest donator perk isn't even a thing anymore.
yeah.
Like, nobody asks for a new emote.
Well, it's always, like, it's always stressful.
Let's go, go, go!
Hey, thanks for the follow, Super Motor Kitten. So I'm gonna have to rethink a little bit of my layout, because I want some kind of... I'm also gonna have to rethink, like, incentives to get people to, like, donate and tip and subscribe and the like. Emotes would be nice. I'll try to have the emotes at least submitted. I don't know how long they'll take to approve. I'll try to get the emotes like submitted before next time. Maybe. We can talk about that tomorrow.
I'm gonna be actively trying to wrap up all of the shit that I want to do here.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to like make them tomorrow. Just talk about them. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want some kind of incentive up there. We also have to figure out some kind of incentive to get people to put in bits and donations and things. Like a high donation would be nice. Well, without further ado, though, we've been talking and chatting for a while now. Let's actually get this crap started up. So we gotta change that.
Kata.
Got a bit?
1 bit from beyond. Says I'm trying.
You should totally do a bit cut.
I'll think about it.
Don't think about it. Don't think about bit cuts.
Okay, so stream information should be updated. Looks like the stream is set up right.
I'm gonna let some
Oops.
What did you do?
No, I just like whenever you reset the game, it says, saved Super Mario RPG. Oops.
Oh, did you restart your session in stream labels?
Oh, no, I did not.
I wonder if I did.
Session restarted. So if I restart the session,
That doesn't affect all-time highest anymore, does it?
that shouldn't be the all-time highest anyway, though. That should be highest this session.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just takes like friggin' forever to...
To do anything.
Yeah, session top. Oh, now it's gone. It updates eventually when it feels like it.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody, I'm going to restart the stream real quick and then we'll start up proper. Man, the internet is going crazy right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's hope it stays. Nope, it's going crazy again.
Oh boy.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and restart the stream. We'll start again when I get right back.